The reason why I started martial art in the first place is because I was bullied at school, and my parents put me in karate because they wanted me to learn self-defense. And when I was young at the time, one of the guy that was beating me up, it was in a school bus all the time, and he was like always trying to humiliate me and stuff. And when I was trying to sit in the back of the bus, because when I was young, the cool guys were in the back of the bus, this guy was always trying to push me to and humiliate me to go back sitting in front of the bus, because he was like 2-3 years older than me, and when you're young, 2-3 years is a big difference.
Oh yeah.
So it was before I started training karate. So and sometimes we get into argument and we had to fight, and he get the best out of me, and I came back home with bruising. And my dad took me one day and put me against the wall and said, "You gotta tell me what's going on, you know, like your result at school are suffering, you know, things doesn't go how it's supposed to go. Tell me what's going on." And I told him, I said, "Yeah, there's a kid that in the school bus, he beat me up, and he's stronger than me, and there's nothing I can do." So I come from a very small town in Saint-Isidore, and there's 3,000 people that grew up there, and that kid happened to come from the same town where I come from, and everybody knows everybody there. So he knew who was the kid, where he lived. He found out where the kids live. So he did the unthinkable. He went to the kid's house, and
Your dad did?
Yeah, and his dad opened the door, and he said, "Can you please ask your kid to stop bothering my kid because he needs to focus on school?" He said, "Yeah, no problem." So the next day, as soon as I step in the bus, what do you think happened?
He picked on you again?
Yeah, he goes like, "Hey, you went to cry to your daddy," and then we had to fight again. I got beat up again, and you know that happened when I was like maybe 9 years old, 8 years old. If you fast forward like more than a decade after, I drive my car, and I'm now a champion of the world. And I stop in another red light by the street corner at a stop sign, and I see a homeless guy who beg for money. And he washed the window with we call a squeegee, you know, like to wash the window. And I see it's him, and I recognize him. And I see that he recognized me, and I go like, "Wait a second." I pull on the side, and as I'm walking towards him, I see physically how his body language is like, he's like, "Shit, is he gonna beat me up?" So I see like he's kind of scared. So I go to him, I say, "Hey man, I don't want to say his name, but his name was Sebastien. I say, Sebastien, man." I was like, "I remember you, man." I was like, "Everybody wanted to be like you. What's happened?" He's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry things doesn't go well, man." And I remember my dad told me when he went to the house to talk to his dad, he told me that when he knocked at the door and his dad opened the door, he smelled alcohol. He saw that it was a very bad environment. And we all knew at the time that Sebastien, that kid, got sometimes bruises himself because probably his dad was beating the shit out of him. So that's how he learned to communicate. So it was just a collateral damage. So remembering all that as I'm walking towards him and I'm talking to him, I didn't feel any anger. So I give him the money.